Hello again, everybody. Lance Russell and Dave Brown right along ringside, ready to go with another big week. Championship Wrestling. Been waiting all week for this one. We got that big title match today, Davey.
We do indeed, but we have an opening match that we were looking forward to. Also, it's a tag team match. Steve Kern and Dutch Mantell will be teamed up in that one. They'll be going against Big Tom Stanton and Big Jim Dalton. That's the opening match. Then, the AWA Southern Tag Team titles will be on the line. Mr. Onita Masafuchi with their manager Tojo will be challenging the superstar Bill Dundee and the King Jerry Lawler for the Southern Tag Team title.
Onita and Fucci held that title briefly, as a matter of fact, so the international champs are going to be going to get it back again.
That's right. And then we have several standby matches. Among the folks here for standby matches, if we have time, Roy Rogers, Dream Machine, Bugsy McGraw, Rick and Robert Gibson, the Nightmares, all of that, if there is time. It's going to be a 1-hour time limit on the championship match.
I'll tell you what, I hope we have time for some of the standby matches. Yeah. We got some dandies lined up. All in all, it looks like a great show today for championship wrestling. Be looking forward to it, and I tell you what, let's get it on right now. We'll be back in just one moment.
15-minute time limit tag team match, introducing at a total weight of 498 pounds. On the left of your screen, from New York City, Tom Stanton, his partner from Oklahoma, Jim Dalton. Going against him, total weight 449 pounds, from Tampa, Florida, Steve Kern, and his partner from Oil Trough, Texas, Dutch Mantell. One fall, 15-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
Yeah, of course, the big conversation today, Dave, is the AWA Southern Tag title match. But as you correctly pointed out, what a dandy of an opener right here we've got with Kern and Mantell going against Stanton and Dalton. Here we go.
All right. Jim Dalton starts for his team against Steve Kern. Young man from Florida, has been in the area for a while now and has really made some friends and been impressive. Dalton and Stanton, big tag team. Dalton goes in about 243 or 4. Count of 2 by Steve Kern as Dalton's shoulders were on the mat briefly. Here's the Dutchman from Oil Trough, Texas, Dutch Mantell. Mantell had Dalton's shoulders down briefly. Dalton tried to convert to a head scissors, but the Dutchman breaks out of it. Over to the corner and tags Steve Kern. Kern putting the heat on Dalton's leg. Oh, he springs it. Dalton makes his way over to the corner and tags Big Tom Stanton. Stanton weighing in at about 255. Huge guy out of New York City. Steve Kern, round behind him. Here's Mantell. Mantell off the middle rope. Double forearm chop across the back. Big Tom Stanton on his knees. Dutch Mantell in control. Minute 40 seconds gone. Stanton back up on his feet. Whips Dutch into the rope. Dutch goes to the rope. Stanton trying to set himself, but Dutch hooked his arm. Dutch gets a tag. Steve Kern. Steve dumps Stanton on the mat.
He is so quick. As a matter of fact, no quicker than Dutch. They both are very fast, and that fireman's very throw happen. Bing, bing, bing. Just over and down. And look at him again, Davey.
A fine move. Steve Kern has Big Tom Stanton on the mat. Stanton was able to roll that left shoulder up off the mat. No count started.
Big advantage with a guy as big as Stanton is, where you're tall, you can reach, and he reached a long way. Tagged Dalton, and the tough Oklahoman is in there.
Dalton fires Steve Kern into the rope. There's a cover by Dalton, but Steve out of that quickly. Steve between his legs. To the corner, gets the tag on Dutch Mantell. Great teamwork by Kern and Dutch. Dalton bounced into the turnbuckle. Dutch Mantell right there to pick him up. Body slamming. Dutch back to the rope. Little spring, and he drops. He covers. Tom Stanton is there. break that up. 3 minutes gone. 3 minutes into the action. One fall only in this one. AWA Southern Tag Team Championship match to follow. Dutch reverses Stanton. Whoa, went after him, and Stanton rammed him into the turnbuckles.
Well, you got to give credit to Stanton, a smart move. He sidestepped him on that reversal and slammed Dutch face first right into that turnbuckle.
Stanton holding Dutchman back on the ropes while his partner, Jim Dalton, can get in there. Clothesline by Dalton. Drops with the upper arm cover. Steve Kern in to help out Dutch Mantell. Stanton back. Stanton firing that right hand. If he's going to do it, Dutch Mantell's going to answer him the same way. Stanton makes the tag on Dalton.
Comes as no bullet under Mantell and Kern, but boy, this is a tough team they're going against today.
A body slam by Dalton. Dutch Mantell reaches for the corner. On his feet, starts that way, but Tom Stanton is right there. Dutch doesn't get any closer than about 8 or 9 feet from the corner. Now he gets that tag on Steve Kern. In the air, Stanton hits the mat. Steve Kern right there. Hooks the shoulders down, too. He got it. Steve Kern gets the pin on Big Tom Stanton. Give an assist to Dutch Mantell for keeping Dalton out of the action. And Mantell and Steve Kern are going to be the winners in 4 minutes, 53 seconds of action over this big team of Stanton and Dalton.
By golly, I'll tell you, too, Dave, there's a situation, and when you keep that pressure cooker tactics the way Kern and Mantell do, always taking advantage, sooner or later when they make one, you're going to be right on top of it, 1, 2, 3, and that's what happened with
Exactly
Kern
what
there.
happened right there.
Super match, but by golly, that's not all of it. Remember, we got that AWA Southern Tag Team Championship match coming up, and we're going to be at it in just a moment. Such a day on Wave Country's Championship Wrestling. By golly, it's still to come, and you got to see it all. I mean, all of it, too. And Sunday night, remember that. Now, it is not Tuesday night, but tomorrow night at the Louisville Gardens, and it is showdown night. 7 big matches, and the final match is going to be an 8-man tag with the Dream Machine, Bugsy McGraw, and the Nightmares with Hart at ringside against Lawler, Dundee, Mantell, and Kern. Showdown time, Jimmy.
Well, let me just tell you something right now, Lance. They can bring anybody in they want to bring in. Handsome couldn't do it. Nobody's going to do it because we're family. Bugsy, the Dream, the Nightmares, and Jimmy, baby. Nobody's going to destroy the first family.
All right, Daddy. Woo! You know it's going to be a whole lot of boogie-woogie going on. Kung Fu, Boogaloo. Jared, all I'm going to get to you, you ain't going to be able to get back in that 8-man tag when I get through you in that single match because I'm going to run you like a big fat racehorse to your tongue logs out like a long red necktie. And then I'm going to roll you over and pin you. Tell them what it's going to be like on your end, Bugsy.
Well, this is something that you fans, this is an event. This is something you people want to pay your money for, you understand? Because I know exactly how you are. You're paying to see somebody get hurt. You're paying to see a little bit of blood. You're paying to see violence. 4 men against 4 men, 8 men in a ring. Undoubtedly somebody will be hurt. Undoubtedly somebody will be injured. Undoubtedly it could happen that legs will be broken, arms could be broken, jaws could be broken, and even possibly people maimed and put out of wrestling for good. And this is exactly what your greedy, little, vicious hearts are hoping for. Well, the first family has come prepared for this, and it definitely will not be us.
I think everybody's going to be prepared for it. They're looking for the entire first family right there. But you remember this. It's tomorrow night, Louisville Gardens, not next Tuesday. Tomorrow night, make your plans right now. Get your tickets early because it is the night of action with 7 matches. You do not want to miss any of it. Be sure and be there. Okay, we're going to be ready to go with that AWA Southern Tag Championship defense here in just a few minutes. But right now, it's going to be time for us to get filled in at the individual request of the head of the first family.
What they've all been waiting for, baby. Look, the
An update, a report on the
They love us. Look at this right here, man. Star Magazine, Ladies Diana Family Secrets. They're trying to say I was with Lady Diana. I've never been with that broad in my life, man. I don't even know who she is. I settled the baseball strike. Everything is going great for the first family, man. I got my cast off. Look at this, Russell.
I noticed.
Great tonight. Big Bugsy McGraw, the Dream Machine, my Mike Nares. Hey, Daddy, baby, looking beautiful. Chick, my super assistant right here. What do you want to ask us, brother?
I noticed he's still on crutches.
Don't you worry. That's right, baby. We're on top of the world, baby. We're on top of the world, right, Bugsy? Darling?
We're well, we're rare, and we're there. Come and get us, baby.
Over here,
Come on,
baby.
Look how pretty I am. Look how pretty I am.
Come on now, Lawler. So funny that we've been
Come on, get him out of here.
He's got the whip. He's got the whip. No.
Hey, come on. Hey, come on, get this stuff out of here. Come on, Jerry. Now, we've had too much of this stuff. Eddie, get in here again. Hey, Lawler, don't do that. Oh, no. Come on, Jerry. Knock that stuff off now. Lawler, will you quit that stuff now? You're messing up the whole place. Get these guys. Eddie, come on, Jerry. Get out of here with that stuff. Eddie, get in here and get some of this stuff out. Now, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, Eddie. Get him out. Come on. Oh, you're messing this thing up. Will you please get out of here? Hey, come on, you guys. I know. Fun. That's ridiculous, Eddie.
Anything else like this is going to be suspended.
I know everybody's having fun. Okay. There goes Hart. Boy, I tell you, these guys are absolutely getting sprayed. Was kind of funny. Let's take a break. I'm going to be back in a minute.
The cleanup is continuing down on the floor here from the Feathers. In the ring, you see the Japanese team, Mr. Onita Masafuchi, Tojo Yamamoto in the foreground, their manager. They're challenging for the belts. This is a title match, and the champions with the belts have just stepped into the ring. It'll be a one-fall, 60-minute time limit match. One fall, 60-minute time limit at 450 pounds. Challenging for the titles from Nagasaki, Japan, Mr. Onita. His partner from Hiroshima, Masafuchi. Their manager, Tojo Yamamoto. The champions at a total weight of 446 pounds. From Australia, the superstar, Bill Dundee. From Memphis, Tennessee, the King, Jerry Lawler. One fall, 60-minute time limit. And your referee is Jerry Calhoun for this championship match. Let's see, let's get the belt.
Okay, Dave. Boy, I tell you. And he plastered Hart down with that molasses and then dumped all of those feathers in. Okay, we're down to a title defense. Let's see if we can get back into action on it while the cleanup continues.
Dundee starts against Masafuchi. Little Australian. Feeling good.
Yeah, I went up there and I was trying to have a reasonable conversation with Lawler and Billy and all. And Dundee says, well, he's a chicken anyhow. We figured we ought to put a little feathers on him. So, okay, we're into action here. AWA Southern Tag Title. This is going to be a 60-minute beautiful reversal by Billy right there. He started to whip him across. Anita came over there to nail him to help break his fall, and Billy just wheeled him back around, dumped him into the same turnbuckles he just left. Anita, Fucci, Yamamoto at ringside, not happy with the way it's all starting out here, as Dundee and Lawler teaming well, as they always do. These guys just have a magic in this tag team. We look back over the years. Of course, Lawler and White were such a sensational tag team. Dundee and Barnes were a great team. None of them have ever been any better than Lawler and Dundee, though, together.
Oh, you're right. One of the best ever. The Australian, Bill Dundee. Stepped out of the way. Oh, he does it again, and Masafuchi nails Mr. Onita. And boy, can you imagine what's going through Tojo Yamamoto's mind right now?
I got a feeling his boys may find out here in just a moment. Look at him talking to Fucci down here. Tojo hot.
Oh, Dundee coming after him.
Billy slid through and dropped the foot right down in Tojo's direction. But the Oriental Master slipped out of the way, and now he's telling the referee, keep him in control. Anita back up on the ring apron. I just realized, I guess, in talking about Lawler and Dundee, you have to because they're spectacular. But we are negligent if we're at all honest in not pointing out this Anita and Fucci are some kind of tag team together. They've adapted well to a catch-as-catch-can style, and they are really tough.
Asking the crowd, how about a little fist? Crowd says yes, so he responded.
He obliged, yeah.
Onita rolling back to the corner, tags Masafuchi. Lawler greets him with the same right hand. That's the crowd. They say yes. There he goes.
He didn't want to show any partiality to Onita, so he gives it to Fucci.
We're 3 minutes, 10 seconds into the action now.
The referee's giving it to Lawler. Telling him about the use of that fist. Tag out, Anita coming in. Center of the ring. He's setting up for his Scorpion. This Anita has big legs. Oh, Billy! We were sitting there watching the referee and Lawler, and Bill came slipping in behind and really belted him one.
That could have some effect later on, too. Onita have to worry about all sides now. He was setting up that concentration, it looked like. It was interrupted by Mr. Dundee.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say how well he does perform with his feet. Onita is deadly with those feet. And Dundee interrupted that.
He's wrapping up that left arm. Steps over near the corner. Anita from out on the apron.
Anita's got Fuji's arm. He's out here passing, and look at Tojo. He's poking Anita in the stomach. Anita thought he had a hold of Lawler, and he's pump handling, and Tojo's about to chop him. Oh, Anita's saying, oh,
think Tojo was giving him the Japanese equivalent of look before you leap. We are now 5 minutes, 18 seconds into the action.
Pucci tagging out, and he is not particularly happy with the events that transpired in there. Okay, Onita in there with the King as we have rolled past the 5-minute mark. And we're heading into the 6-minute count. It is a one fall 60 minutes. We do have standby matches. Dundee once again slips in behind. The referee telling him to get out of the ring. And Lawler lays the big right hand right on Onita. And Mr. Onita from Nagasaki tags out to Masafuchi. Fuji dispensing with any pretense of the wrestling. He went right for the eye of Lawler. Big chop.
Lawler back in the corner. Referee Jerry Calhoun right there. He's trying to get Fuji back away from Lawler while he is in the corner. Chop across the top of the head. Whoa! Lawler fought his way out of there. Over to the corner and tagged Bill Dundee. Dundee and Onita. Dundee popped him into the rope. Goes for a sleeper. But Fuji is able to get to her.
Tojo really exhorting Fuji and Onita down there. He wants those AWA titles. Fuji, big chop. Working on Billy. Double chop right off the rope. He's going after him. One. And they only got a 1.
7 minutes, 45 seconds into the action now.
And Onita takes over, but there's a tag on Lawler. The King singing with that right hand. He throws the big cannon pretty well, you better believe that, legal or not. Whip over into the corner on Dundee's foot, a tag back to Billy. Fuji into the rope. Dundee, there's that flying press. Get out of here, Hart. You got no business in here. Jimmy, get it. Come on, Jerry. Now, we've had all of this for one day I want to see. Get him off of there. Calhoun, get him out of here. Green Machine, Bugsy McGraw, the Nightmares. Hart came out here. Sandbag Lawler out of the ring. Jumped all over him. Dundee up in the ring is being pinned by Onita. Count of 1, 2, 3. Steve Kern, the Gibson, Dutch Mantell. Tojo in the ring with a stick. Nails it. Over here, Lawler, the Nightmares, Gibson. There go the Gibsons up into the ring. Lawler decked by the Nightmare and the Dream Machine coming after him. Steve Kern battling with the other Nightmare while in the ring. Onita and the Gibsons going at it. Watch out, dude. Mantell and Bugsy down. Lawler down with the Dream. Back in the ring. Both Japanese wrestlers working on Robert Gibson, while the Dream and Bugsy have got Mantell and Lawler down, and Steve Kern being held by the Nightmares. Oh, boy, they have got Rick Gibson really bleeding. His nose, blood's coming out of his mouth. They busted up his left eye in there. Tojo with that stick, swinging away. McGraw put down by Mantell, and there goes the Dutchman in the ring to help the Gibsons out. Ricky, a mess. Bugs in the Dream working on Lawler. Kern caught in between the two Nightmares. While the Dream and Bugsy work on Lawler, the Nightmares on Steve Kern. Tojo's down with Mantell helping out. Rick Gibson a mess in the middle of the ring. Robert getting a hold of Fucci. Oh, boy.
Got the War Club now.
Yeah. Dutch has got that stick, and he's after Tojo. There goes the Japanese team. The Gibsons coming out after Onita. Dundee flying into the fray with McGraw and the Dream Machine. Billy with a chair nails one of the Nightmares. Steve Kern a slam on Nightmare number 1. Dundee after the Dream and Bugs, and Lawler puts the Dream down. It is impossible to have it all. Jerry, what's going to happen on the thing? With all of that. Well, what a shambles.
That's it, though.
Right in the middle of the championship match they came in there. I didn't really see where it all Billy's complaining about. I was involved in this here.
Lawler was over here.
Yeah,
and they had him
Hart was out here bagging him out of the ring, and Billy was up there. And now,
with most of the Japanese.
Yeah.
And he got the pin. When the referee came back into the ring, Billy was pinned. He counted 3, and that was it. So at 9 minutes and 1 second of the match, the Japanese team won it.
Well, referee Jerry Calhoun was just like I was, trying to get Lawler and Hart out of here. And he jumped out of the ring in there, and the Japanese probably double-teamed Dundee. And the end result was when he gets back in there, Dundee's down, they count 1, 2, 3.
Exactly.
And he just verified that the AWA title has been transferred now to the team of Onita and Fucci. We're going to take time out. We'll verify that ourselves in just a moment. You haven't seen anything yet, boy. Let me tell you what, Championship Wrestling on Channel 3, still plenty of it to go, and I mean more than action coming up. Let me remind you folks around Junction City, Kentucky, on Tuesday, August the 11th, big action there. The entire Japanese contingent will be there, as well as the Superstars, the Heartbreakers, the Gibsons, Dutch Mantell, Steve Kern, lots of folks. That's coming up Tuesday, August the 11th in Junction City, Kentucky. Thursday, August the 13th, Dale, Indiana. 5 big matches, and by golly, all of the great wrestlers are going to be right there in Dale, Indiana. Now, how about tomorrow night? We want to give you the entire card, 7 matches, and here's the way they go. Nightmare number 2 against Sonny King. Bill Dundee against Nightmare number 1. Bugsy McGraw against Steve Kern. Jerry Lawler against the Dream Machine. Judo jacket match, Dutch Mantell and Tojo. Southern Tag Team title match, the Gibsons against Onita and Fucci. And then an 8-man match with Lawler, Dundee, Mantell, and Kern against the Dream, Bugsy, and the Nightmares.
About ready to go here with a 1-fall 15-minute time limit match. Another tag team match coming up. And Chick Donovan, you see right there, it looks like is going to be at ringside with Bugsy and a Dream. This will be 1-fall 15-minute time limit. Total weight 429 pounds on the right of your screen. From Nashville, Tennessee, Roy Rogers. And from Jonesboro, Arkansas, Tim Leonard. Going against him at a total of 559 pounds. From Florida, Bugsy McGraw and the Dream Machine. This match 1-fall 15-minute time limit. Referee Jerry Calhoun. Yeah, Chick Donovan at ringside with Dream Machine and Bugsy McGraw instead of Hart.
Vice president of the family is taking over in the corner here while Hart gets a little tar and feather off of him there. We're about ready for it. It'll be Leonard and the Dream Bell time, and here we go.
Oh, Dream Machine with Tim Leonard backed under the ropes. He let him have it with a right forearm. Tim battling him. Dream hung onto the corner and kicked him back. Boy, Dream Machine. Ooh. Here's Bugsy McGraw, the big guy out of Florida. Roy Rogers in here to try to help Tim out. Bugsy McGraw choking Tim Leonard back here on the rope. Bugsy holding Tim Leonard back there. Dream Machine let him have it after the tag. Dream and Bugsy get a tag again. They got Tim Leonard over near their corner. That's where they're trying to keep him. Leonard nailed by Bugsy McGraw. Chick Donovan, you just saw a moment ago, vice president of the family, according to Jimmy Hart. Seated out here in the corner of McGraw and Dream. Dream Machine to the corner. Makes the tag, then goes back, holds Tim Leonard up in the air, lets Bugsy McGraw smack him with a right hand. Bugsy jumping up and down on Leonard. Dream with a right hand. Has Leonard up over his shoulder. Power slam. He does not go for a pin. Tags Bugsy McGraw instead. Bugsy drops. Cover 1, 2, 3. And it's all over. Bugsy McGraw, Dream Machine. It was theirs all the way. As Roy Rogers actually never officially was in the match. He did come in to try to help Tim Leonard out a time or two.
Talk about tough now. Talk about tough now. I'm coming out and Jerry Lawler, you better be ready because I'm going to fight you to hell in back, boy. Man, look at him.
Well, there they go, Dream Machine, Bugsy McGraw. They have, in fact, won very impressively here over Tim Leonard and Roy Rogers. The time on it, 2 minutes, 52 seconds, 2:52. The win for the Dream Machine and Bugsy McGraw. We have more action coming up. We'll be back with it in a moment. Expiration of time match coming up here. The Nightmares with, looks like Chick Donovan is going to serve as their manager today, too. They step up onto the ring apron, and referee Jerry Calhoun making his way in. And here come the opponents. This will be an expiration of time match. Team with the most falls to their credit when the time expires will be the winners of the match. Introducing at a total weight of 424 pounds. With their manager, Chick Donovan, the Nightmares. And going against them, total weight 456 pounds, from Pensacola, Florida, Robert Gibson. And from Oil Trough, Texas, Dutch Mantell. This will be to the expiration of time. Jerry Calhoun, referee.
The Dutchman taking Rick's place in there, and he'll be starting out against Nightmare number 2. Referee Jerry Calhoun says, ring it. Here we go. Off and running on an expiration of time match. We've pointed out so often. On this expiration of time match, it is the team with the most falls. When we run out of time, we still got lots of action time left today, Dave, and that's great because we've got a good pairing in here. Chick Donovan, the vice president of the family, taking over in the corner in the last 2 matches. half crab, but the Nightmare pulled out away where Dutch can't really get the kind of pressure on him that he needed to as he stepped out. The ideal thing on that half crab or on a full Boston crab is to be all the way back up where you're sitting down on the lower part of the spine. Robert Gibson covers up. 1 count, and he's out of it.
Oh, Nightmare spinning around in the air. Robert slammed him, covers. Got a count of 1 is all he got. Dutch Mantell, substitution to repeat for Rick Gibson. Rick sustained a cut in the brawl a little bit earlier. He's going to check to see if he needs stitches in it. So Dutch Mantell agreed to step in as Robert Gibson's partner in the match.
Hey, golly, which brawl? We've already had 2 of them, and it's not over with yet, Dave.
Yeah.
Huh. Robert Gibson in, a tag out to the Dutchman, and whoa, Dutch grabbed him, held him up. In the air, atomic knee drop, drops him down, and there's a tag before the Nightmare number 2 hits the deck. As the Dutchman dropped him right straight down on that knee, caught him on that spine, and now Nightmare number 1 in. Dutch with a arm on the Nightmare, and Chick Donovan is going to have to do a little more inspirational guidance in the corner as the Golden Boys team of the Nightmares not doing too well right at the moment. Tag on Robert Gibson, and he comes out of it. Yeah, better pay attention in there, Chick. You can't afford to take your eyes off the ring. Arm bar from Robert Gibson on the Nightmare. Robert around, beautiful. Hooked that arm and nailed him right over and down. And Robert looks like he really was banged up under that right eye, Dave. I noticed a severe bruise in there that he sustained in one of those brawls.
Yeah, it's he had to go get it looked at. I don't know whether he's going to need stitches or what, but that's the reason the Dutchman is in here. And boy, what a partner, what a substitute to have for Robert Gibson.
Look at that. Reversal on a whip, and while that arm drag took him right over and down. A beauty. Dutch hooks up tight on that arm, too. He really had it down. Moves up now, steps over, and bends it back right at the shoulder.
Sounds like Donovan is calling plays down here from time to time. Just before that, I heard him yell at one of the Nightmares, 912, 912. I don't know what 912 was, but it didn't work out well for the team.
Big shoulder from Dutch as he takes on the Nightmare again. Bars up on that arm. Referee Jerry Calhoun started the count. The shoulder came up. And down he goes. Nightmare number 2.
Coming up on the 4-minute mark, but this is the first fall of an expiration of time match. As long as we have time, we're going to have wrestling action for you.
In case you missed it a little earlier today, and a wild and woolly affair that really ended up in a brawl right at the end with not just the 4 participants involved. It was a studio full of action in here, but the Japanese team of Fuchi and Anita became the AWA Southern Tag Champs in kind of a clouded victory. I say that in the event that because there were so many people involved in it. Robert underneath that elbow and comes right up with it. Good speed for the bigger of the Gibson brothers. Here's Dutch. Lance one in the back. He had taken a tag from the Gibsons, and the Nightmare hadn't let go of Robert. And Dutch got him. Oh, Dutch going for the mask, and the referee saying, keep your hands off of it.
Vice President Donovan here making sure the mask is still intact. It is.
You notice Nightmare number 2 started to tag outside the ring here. The referee was standing and said, so he had to hop back up in the ring and take the tag, which he did. Nightmare number 1, a little Dutch off his feet.
No doubt about it. He had the wrist lock, but the hair is what did it.
Dutch kicked out of it, and they're back to the center of the ring again. Tag on Robert Gibson. First ball of action in this expiration of time, and we're approaching the 6-minute mark. So the Gibsons and the Nightmares, not the Gibsons, with Dutch Mantell and Robert Gibson, initially scheduled to be the Gibsons, but as we said, Rick got busted up and they had to go have his face looked after. Robert with a Nightmare down, holding on to a side headlock on the mat. Referee trying to watch both Dutch and the other Nightmare, plus the action in the middle. It's not easy.
No, plus the Nightmare number 1, the one who's in here, pulling hair freely. Drop kick. Wasn't the greatest drop kick I've ever seen, but it did the job. Got the Nightmare off his feet down to the mat.
Boom, big knee right to the midsection. Dutch puts him down, too. The Nightmare takes a count of 2. Dutch unable to hold him for that third count, and there's the tag. As Dutch went for that mask. Gets to the corner, and now a little conversation between Golden Boy in the corner managing and the Nightmare number 1. It is Mantell and number 2 going at it. Whoa, he wailed him, and Dutch fires back. Tag on Robert Gibson. It's an interesting day. We saw, actually, from the inception of his professional career, to watch Robert improve in his talents and also to fill out. He's got great height anyhow, and he really is filled out, and he is a formidable opponent for anybody in the business right now.
I was thinking a few minutes ago when he ducked under on one of those elbows of the Nightmares. There's shoulders down. Robert trying to hold him there. Count of 1 is all he gets. I was thinking when he ducked under that elbow off the ropes a few minutes ago, how far he has come in experience and anticipation to be able to make that kind of move.
Nightmare number 2 in with Dutch. He whips him into the rope. Whoa, and he clotheslined him. This could be I don't think he got it.
Only a 2 count. Yeah. 8.5 minutes gone, first fall action, and it has been action.
Roberts, big body slam, drops with the lower leg, and again the Nightmare number 1 zips in and out of there, enough to break up the 3 count.
We're coming up on the 9-minute mark now.
And
Mantell, shoulders down, count of 2. I think he had him had it not been for that other Nightmare.
yeah, that's the 3rd time that he has broken up the count when his partner was in trouble. We're referring to Nightmare number 1. On the ropes. Big forearm rattling Dutch Mantell. Tag out on number 1 rather. Whip. Backdrop. There's a cover. 1, 2, and Dutch gets out of it. This is the first ball of action of our expiration time tag match. The Nightmare is going against Robert Gibson and Dutch Mantell, who is in the ring with Nightmare number 1 at the moment. If you weren't here earlier, you missed Jerry Lawler and friends tar and feathering Jimmy Hart. They really covered him up.
Plenty of the feathers still around.
Yeah, got lots of evidence of it all over.
And that's 4 times. Nightmare number 1 has prevented his partner from being pinned. We're 10.5 minutes into the action. A long first fall underway. Expiration of time match.
Yeah, we still have time, as a matter of fact.
2
Pretty
count.
good amount of time. Nightmare number 2 was trying to set himself for a suplex, but Dutch kept driving on him. He broke up that effort. And again, you see him, and see Dutch blocking. And Dutch, successful, snaps him over. Robert saying, pin him, pin him, pin him. Dutch a little stunned from the previous action and hitting that deck pretty hard himself on that suplex. Here's Robert.
Oh, Robert thrown through the ropes down on the floor.
Boy, he was pounding down there. Referee coming around to break up the other Nightmare. And Golden Boy Chick Donovan nailing Robert with that chain. As the referee was getting Nightmare number 1 back through the ring. Robert taking over. Driving slammer. Robert covered. 2, 3, got him.
Nightmare pulling him over the rope. He was going to slam him. Robert kept it rolling. Reversed it. Got the pin and the win in the first fall. 12:03 time.
Super momentum. He got him, and by golly, that's going to be it. As the Nightmare was pinned by Robert Gibson. First fall, and we've got more to come. We'll be back at it in just a moment. All right, plenty of action today, just like tomorrow night right there in the Louisville Gardens. That's right. Remember again, tomorrow night, Sunday night, Louisville Gardens, where it all takes place with 7 big matches, including a judo jacket match, a Southern tag team match. Going to be paid off by an incredible 8-man tag match that'll have the Dream Machine, Bugsy McGraw, the Nightmares, of course, with Jimmy Hart at ringside, going against the King, the Superstar, the Dutchman, and Steve Kern. Don't believe it's all happened to the Garden.
Well, all I can say, Lance, is tomorrow night is the biggest night in wrestling history in Louisville because it's going to be the night that we get rid of, and once and for all, the entire family, because we've got them all in the ring at the same time. The Nightmares, Bugsy McGraw, and the Dream Machine, and Hart. If the people were glad about what they saw happen to you today on TV, then we're going to just thrill them to death and make them overjoyed down there tomorrow night, because if you come hobbling down to that ring, you know he's got his cast on.
Oh, yeah.
You hobble down to that ring, Hart, and I'm going to put you back in not only one cast, but one on each leg and one in both arms and around that little wimp jaw of yours, and we are going to finish, annihilate, and do away with, once and for all, the entire family, because with Bill Dundee, Dutch Mantell, and Steve Kern, and myself, Lance, this is an unbeatable team, and we're going to do some damage to you, Hart, and your entire family. Right,
It is, no question about it, a confrontation, Steve.
Well, you know, I've never been in a place where so many people are getting into the action of any match going on. It seems like Hart tries to run a man every time that you're in the ring. Well, it seems like the tides change. It looks like there's going to be a different story, because I've got together with all 3 of these men, and we've all got together and decided that any time anybody's going to be jumping in, we're going to be watching all these matches. So there's going to be some big surprises for Jimmy Hart and his army. And I know it's just a start what Jerry Lawler did on television, but wait till you see the finish.
Oh, boy, I got to see it. Good luck to you, Dutchman and Billy. It's going to be a big night. Tomorrow night, right there in the Louisville Gardens, this is one you don't want to miss. That's all I can say, Dave.
That's right. Southern Tag titles changed hands today. Jerry Lawler and Bill Dundee beaten by Mr. Onita and Masafuchi in a disputed thing. But anyway, the Japanese team now the AWA Southern Tag Team champions.
I got to tell you, we have been abused today. Wild and crazy. Well, anyhow, we'll see you next week. For Dave Brown, Lance Russell.